Party time with Fred, who is napping. Yes, definitely the audio levels were a little bit off. I'm gonna try and see what I can do next time. I don't want to buy a new mic, but obviously when we're filming outside, there's a lot of background noise, especially in a high traffic place like LA. It was a little hard to cancel out the background noise, but I'm thinking maybe next time I can just like pull my fuzzy mic off the camera and like put it close to our mouths if we're gonna talk.
We should just get those.
I'm not getting a lav mic.
Okay.
I'm not getting a tripod. I'm not getting a lav mic. I am just going with my camera on these trips and I'm capturing snippets. I think it's one way to keep these videos really homey and personable. I don't want to go heavy on the equipment. I think it just makes it so much of a thing. Definitely not going to record it with my phone and sync it. Hell nah. Nah. But, you know, if I just finagle it with more voiceover, it'll be fine. Like, low budget, you know, all the way. My style is low budget, so that's my brand, right? If I have any brand, it is low budget. And that accounts for everything from what I cook, to what I eat, to how I live, and how I shoot. But... oh yes, low contrast colors on the captions, yes. I tried to match some of the, oh shit, my hand just, hold on, I need to put lotion on, my hand just cracked. I tried to color match some of the titles that popped up on your lower left hand side to the color that appears in the frame, but obviously that doesn't work all the time. Aaron, would you like to come taste the cheesy bread with me later?
I'd love to.
I can call you over. I ate literally half of that cake, which means I am in like extremely full right now, but we're still gonna try some of the beans and you betcha we're gonna snack.
You betcha.
You betcha we're gonna snack. I can't hear you, hold on, I'm drinking water. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, what?
Remember how innocent our politics were with Sarah Palin times?
Innocent our politics were with Sarah Palin? Were politics ever innocent?
Now it's like fucking like everybody's a satanic child molester.
People liked your fit in the video, Aaron.
Nice.
Oh, well the cake was mush, so I just scooped it, plopped it in. Lotion hands ASMR. Wow. Yes, I'm afraid I upset Rudy too much. I'm sorry, y'all. Aaron, would you like to come taste the cheesy bread?
I would.
Okay, so what happened in my life today is I actually met up with a viewer who I've been giving run over food to when I cook too much for Delish. I've been giving some food to her. She invited me to go have tea in a cemetery. So we went to a Colombian bakery and I basically got this cheesy bread, which I already ate half of. It looks like a cheese bagel. When it was fresh, it was quite delicious. It's a little bit salty, but I'm gonna go ahead and toast this up a little bit in the pan.
Cheesy bread.
Cheesy bread. We're gonna toast it a little bit.
Is this stuff you just made?
No, this is something that I bought
Oh.
on my hangout today.
Where?
In Sunnyside, it was like a Colombian bakery.
Okay. What's in the Instant Pot?
More cheesy bread?
Beans
Okay.
and celery and carrots and onions and garlic and mom's mysterious meat sauce and some barbecue sauce and black beans.
That sounds like a June dish.
I think this spread might be tapioca based, yeah. Tea in a cemetery, you did hear correctly. Yeah, I don't know who psychos are. So far, I've met only really nice viewers, but who's to guarantee when I hit that one psycho? Anything's a possibility in life, but you know, you just gotta live sometimes. And if I meet a psycho, then I meet a psycho. Maybe I'm the psycho. Just be careful. You don't know who I am. Pan de queso.
If it's an Instant Pot, how come it's been cooking for so long?
It's actually releasing the pressure naturally. I could have released the pressure very long ago.
How do you do that?
What?
How do you release the pressure yourself? Just open it?
You, here, I'll show you. I don't know if it's gonna release the pressure anymore, but basically you flip this nozzle.
Okay. Terrified Fred. That's really funny. He jumped off the chair next to it. Oh, that's making a wet wall. He's just staring at it.
He's a curious boy.
How come it's counting up? It says L30.
Because it's past the cooking time.
Okay.
So that's how long it's past the cooking time.
L is for... How long did it cook for?
25 minutes.
25 minutes of Instant Pot is equivalent to how long of like regular pot?
I don't know. 3 hours.
Okay. Should I do a stew in the Instant Pot? Does that work? Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to try this cheesy bread now?
Okay.
It's a little hot though. Yeah. Here. Do you want the toasty one or the not toasty one?
Less toasty. There's cheese?
Hot sauce. Put it on there. I know you want it.
I do. I have to decide which though. Oh, should I open one of the Tabascos? I feel like I've been overusing the sriracha. Oh, I still have this. Italian Casafiorelli.
Look at Fred being a curious boy.
Yes. The Instant Pot fear stopped. So now he's thinking about coming back.
I need Aaron to describe the taste. He has a way with words.
No, I don't. June's the one with the way with words.
We both have a way with words.
It's kind of sweet. I don't really taste cheese. I know there's stuff going on in there besides just bread, but it's, to me, it just sort of tastes like and smells like a slightly sweet bread, like maybe cooked with extra honey or sugar or something.
The outside smells like that crispy cheddar
there we go.
when you grill a burger on your cast iron and it kind of starts forming a little cracker. That's what the outside smells like. Plus a little bit of like that freshly baked bread crust smell. The outside crust has a slight little crunch.
Did you ever try this stuff?
No.
You should. It has no heat.
When Aaron says it has no heat, he's lying.
Seriously, though, try it. It's a nice flavor. You can't really place the flavors, but there's almost no heat. It's basically like a barbecue sauce almost in flavor.
People like your hair.
Thanks. Tastes like an Italian barbecue sauce.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Well, what about ketchup?
Yeah.
Aaron would do great on hot ones. Would you go to hot ones?
Yes, but don't you have to be like
Famous?
a top tier celebrity these days? They have like all the top ones. Ben Affleck. I don't know. any other
Charlize Theron.
celebrities. Charlize Theron. Yes, all those. Fred. All of them have been on hot ones.
I also bought this cheese from Parrot Coffee, but it's been left outside for so long. It's a little soft. Cavallo Graviera. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Is it sliced?
No, but they offered to slice it, but I don't want it sliced.
Ooh, it's
Sweaty
sweating.
because I left it outside. But you want some, yes?
I do. It's got that squeak against the teethness to it, which I think might bother some people. It doesn't bother me. It's pretty salty, soft.
Would be good
Squeaky.
melted in a grilled cheese.
Yes, agreed.
It's got like a slight stinky funkness to it, but not too much. Kind of like a pecorino, but not as crumbly and not as salty.
June's right. It would be an excellent melter.
Aaron, have you tried the Slap Yo Mama hot sauce?
I haven't heard of that. Kind of sounds gimmicky. I like hot sauces that taste good.
Freddie don't like. All right. Aaron, do you want to try the chips later?
Sure.
Come along with me and let's open this pot.
You want to offer that laptop to people, June? Because really old Windows laptop like that, I don't think we're going to get anything for it. If anybody wants a 32 gig laptop,
If anybody wants a 32 gig laptop that mom retired.
not memory or anything.
Not memory, it's 32 gigs internal storage. It's basically worse than a lot of phones out there. But if you need a Windows laptop, holler at your girl.
You could basically kind of install a web browser on it. That's what it'll fit.
I love this wooden spoon that my pastry chef that I used to work for, Diana, gave me. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Please show the laptop. Is it cleared, Aaron?
It is completely cleared. I'll give it to you.
Put it on the Fred seat.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's I was just looking for the Aspire 1 N17Q4 is the model number, but it's Aspire 1 A11431 series. Here, you can show it off if you want.
Would you like to open it for us?
It's a laptop.
Wow.
It looks actually nice, but yeah, the main problem is it's 32 gig storage. That should be illegal, putting that little amount in there. 'Cause
Illegal.
Windows should be. Windows takes up like 25 gigs, so you have just like
Nothing.
essentially nothing.
Why did we buy Mom this?
I don't know. She probably asked for the cheapest Windows laptop.
Ay, 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 Mom.
She had no money ever, June. She couldn't afford it.
Mom, just breaking my heart over and over again. So, it's basically celery, carrot, black bean soup at this point. Disgusting. Very disappointed in myself. Let me try a little bit. Let's see how it tastes. First of all, are the beans cooked? Because the vegetables are mush. I'm not blending it. I like my beans. I would go vegetarian. I think I can go vegetarian. I can't go vegan though. It has Mom's mystery meat sauce. So not a lot of meat. Just a random meat sauce with random chunks of meat in it. Wow. Holy shit, the beans are soft. Oops. Everything's soft. Everything's soft. I love it. I love it. And yes, that black pepper is spicy. Feels like we got some crushed red chili peppers in here. Favorite soup of all time is split pea. You want some beans? Are beans okay for cats? Oh, he changed his mind. Freddy. No, Fred hates being picked up. Freddy. Come here. Beans. Try it. Here. You don't want it? Really? Okay, fine. All right, Aaron.
Yeah.
Come eat the chippies with me.
Okay.
I got these.
Terrified of bag.
Wow. I got these for $1 at the produce store. It was on the dollar bin with the dollar bananas and the dollar celery leaves and the dollar carrots. It is Snacklins. Eat the whole bag. 100
Snacklins.
calories per serving or 310 per bag. The main ingredients: yucca, mushroom, sunflower oil, spice, onion, sea salt. And it is the product of Canada.
Under you, Fred. You
You just called him a dumb bitch.
dingbat. June, point at it.
Hey. Okay.
What do you-
Chesapeake Bay plant crisps.
Is that the flavor? Chesapeake Bay?
I don't know.
When the snack tells you to eat the whole bag, are you gonna take that literally?
Oh my god. What does this remind you of, smell-wise?
It's actually like what's it called? Old Bay. Yeah,
Here you go.
I guess that's the name. Damn, that's good. That's really good. I forgot how good Old Bay flavored things were. I'm considering eating the whole bag now.
Do it.
Only 20% sodium per container. Have a sniff. Oh, he's interested. You can tell he's interested. These are awesome. Free ad for Snacklins.
I actually don't like them. They're all yours.
Wow.
I like my cheese crunchies.
Have another.
It's so salty.
It's only 20% for the whole bag. So
I don't fucking believe that shit.
that's why I like them.
Why?
Salty, an Old Bay, and amazing crunch. What's not
Fred,
to like?
what are you doing, Freddy?
I was worried they'd be unflavored because the bag's like all white, and I don't know what Chesapeake Bay means.
Tastes like a baked packing peanut, coated in salt.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes a little bit like a pork rind.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to my cheese crunchies.
you got. I'm gonna sit here eating the whole bag. They're so oily too.
They're not oily.
They're oily. Look how oily my fingers are already from before.
It's because that yucca doesn't soak up anything.
Right.
I'm going back to cheese crunchies.
It's the 3 snackin' pals. Give him a snack, dude. So we can be 3 snacking pals together. We're the snacking pals.
Oh my god. Hey.
I found a bubble. Look at the bubble.
Look at the bubble. Show us the bubble on the
Side
side.
camera. There it is.
Wow, bubble.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I need to force myself to stop now, otherwise I will actually pull back.
How do you just force yourself to stop? I can never do it.
You just decide.
I can't just decide. Is that because I'm a Libra?
Make the decision. Just
No.
be like, that's it, I'm done. Just say that to yourself. Where's the jars? The lids?
What do you mean jars with the lids?
The sort of suction lids, the glass square containers. Little clear glass square containers, I just help put them away.
Clear glass square containers?
Square glass jars, I asked you to help put them away this morning.
I use them.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
You asked me to put them away, so I use them.
All good. This works just as well.
You can't ask me to get rid of shit and then expect to use them
I just
later.
didn't know where you wanted them in the counters, June.
Okay. I think your tone suggested otherwise this morning.
I was like, can you help me put them away? Is what I said.
I don't think he said that. So was that worth $1?
That was worth many dollars. These are excellent. Thank you.
No more, Freddie. It's called greenies. He loves greenies.
It's his favorite snack.
Favorite snack. Well, I've run out of content for y'all. I'm probably gonna keep eating and snacking. What kind of shit can we stir up tonight? Do you wanna talk about anything? How do we lose more viewers tonight? That's my goal. Hit me with the controversies. But like not the normal Twitter bullshit controversies. Like let's be innovative controversies. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry guys. Didn't mean to ding ya. Talk about BLM? What about BLM? You gotta give me a direction to go in.
Hey, June.
That's like asking me to talk about, I don't know, Cheetos. What about them?
Hey, June.
Yeah?
Do Black Lives Matter?
You know, I have said nice things about Donald Trump. I've said before that I am grateful that he was our president so that we could see what a shit show the US government is, because he made it so obvious what all of the previous hidden scandals were. He laid it out for us to see, and I really appreciate that. Do I think gender is a spectrum? I think gender is kind of irrelevant, honestly. We are still holding on to gender as a form of identity, and it still constricts us. Especially, I mean, I'm probably gonna walk on landmines here, but in thinking and trying to understand, which I still don't fully, completely understand, transgender identities, I keep having questions about what it is that people aim for when they make their transition, when they identify as transgender. And I always wonder whether or not gender as an idea is really just imprisoning us further, no matter how much we decide to expand gender as an idea and expand gender as a non-binary spectrum, I still think that the identities inhabited by the concept of gender is imprisoning us. We can't fix the US healthcare system in a feasible manner if people care about money. That's it. Talk about fake news and social media censorship. Social media censorship is just another abuse of power. I didn't agree with when, Twitter banned Trump. I didn't agree with that. That's a very slippery slope. Look at China. Half the internet or more is behind a firewall. People can't access platforms. People can't access information. People can't access international conversations. People can't access knowledge. So, no data, no info, no existence. Something that made me feel good today, buying groceries made me feel really good today. Buying groceries not for work made me feel really normal today. It made me feel like I wasn't confined by the dictations of what I have to do for Delish. And I wasn't for once just eating mom's leftovers and ingredients. It felt a little bit of independence. I bought cheese, I bought vegetables, I bought those bananas, I bought these green peas. I saw them. They're really awful for you. Basically, when I eat all of this, my poop turns green the next day, so you know that food coloring is toxic, but I just enjoy them so fucking much. These are not wasabi peas, they're just fried peas. I'm not cooking on Thanksgiving. Absolutely not. And it's not safe for me to be eating these with a root canal tooth, but I've already given in to the idea that one day that tooth will crack. You should make a cauliflower gratin. Cauliflower is underrated. They are salted. I don't have family in New York anymore besides grandma. No spice, just food color and salt. Yeah, Fred? Oh, zoomies. They dye them because they look super green, and don't you want to eat them more? They're kind of just like toasted flesh color. I am grateful for crunchies, for kind strangers, for Freddie, for mom, and all that she has taught me in life and death. I'm grateful to have 1 month of bereavement. I'm grateful that the house is cleared of shit. I'm grateful that I haven't had a full-blown anxiety attack yet, but I'm sure it's coming down the road. I haven't made rice in Instant Pots, but People have told me it makes great rice. You can't stop overthinking if you're forcing yourself to just stop overthinking. What are you overthinking about? And why does that bother you? You have to dig beyond the symptom, right? But I remind myself that one day I will die and none of this shit will matter. How am I preparing for going back to work? I'm not. I'm trying to just keep my brain clear of work until I'm back at work. Because you know what I was doing wrong the whole time before Mom died? I was doing exactly what Mom was doing, and I was working too many hours, most of which was unwarranted on my part because work does not matter. One of the things that Mom kept saying to me, both in Zoom and in emails before she died, was work is for other people and your boss, but your body is for yourself. So I am taking that to heart, and I am going to try my fucking hardest to not work beyond the hours that I'm paid for. And I am going to try my fucking hardest to take care of myself and to draw boundaries and to tell my supervisors that that is too much work, and I refuse to have job creep continue to be a part of the normalcy of our positions at Hearst. I'm going to try. I can't guarantee you that it will happen immediately like that, but I'm going to mentally repeat that to myself over and over again, and I'm going to have to remind myself that Mom fucking died because she overworked herself in more ways than one. So I'm not going to make the same mistake. Because if I make the same mistake, then Mom died for nothing. And you know what? All the extra hours that I will have from not overworking myself, I will get to make my own content. That makes me happy. Freddie, what are you doing, buddy? Guys, I think he knows his name. I think he looks at me when I say Freddie. I wear makeup sometimes. Del, how would you like me to encourage you? We are all here and ready to encourage you. Tell us the direction you want us to go in. Del, you're not going to be okay. You already are okay. You are here. You are watching this live. You are going to eat and drink and survive. You are going to continue breathing, one breath in and one breath out at a time. You are going to think about all the ways in which this relationship has hurt you, and you're going to think about all the ways in which this relationship has helped you develop yourself, know more about yourself, understand the parts of yourself that you don't like, in addition to helping you discover the parts of yourself that you do love. And you're going to take that all in, and however much it hurts, take it slow, but sit with it and recognize it. And the parts of you that you don't like, think about why you don't like them. Think about how that didn't work in your relationship, and think about whether or not you want another relationship and what you are seeking in that next relationship, and thinking about whether or not a relationship is going to make you happier with yourself. Because the most important thing is that you fucking like you. And if you don't like you, that's what you have to sit with. And that's what you're going to have a conversation with yourself on. Why don't you like you? And if you do like you, then fucking great. Congratulations. A lot of us don't get there. It is important not to think that you will be okay, but to recognize that you are okay. Even if you are in pain, even if you are in torment, even if you are struggling against other people, yourself, or your circumstances, you are currently okay. Because okay means you are surviving. Okay means you are here, you are now, and you are breathing. Okay is not always rainbows and butterflies. The most fall thing I've eaten. Mush. It's hard for me to do a podcast because I speak better in conversation. I don't really speak well when I'm on my own. Sometimes surviving is living. I unfortunately just have to recognize that you have to lower your expectations sometimes. You can eat anything all year round, Vicky. We are in the 21st fucking centuries where 99% of our produce is not local. Should my podcast be one-on-one conversations with spleenies? Should it be like Ask Debbie, and I'm Debbie, an unlicensed, uneducated, fake pseudotherapist? That could be my Patreon. $20 tier. You get to do a 25-minute podcast with me on any topic you like. I could set it to video. We could have a Zoom call, and I would intercut the Zoom call with footage that I record all over New York. I want to interview Linda too. So here's the thing, I think Patreon takes a cut, and I obviously think that having Patreon take the cut is better than YouTube taking the cut. I would have to figure it out. It's a lot of tax shit too. I have to figure out how that income works. Freddie is asleep on the bookshelf. K-Clock, you have very high expectations for me. Spill your guts! Oh my god, Naoko, you want to be my co-host? I feel like Naoko would be a very good co-host. Naoko seems on the, 2 hours I've met her, very chill, very cognizant, very calm, pretty collected, and has a very broad Zen attitude about existence, which I think makes a really good co-host to set against my super agitated depression anxiety on. I think because I tend to like steal the scene, Naoko would be really good at like sitting and listening to me rant and then strategically, but also very low key in an integrated way, changing the direction when I'm getting too fervent about something. I would need a way better mic to pick up Fred's purring. Oh my gosh, it's another June. Hi, June. Instant pot stew turned out to be more of a soup. It's very soupy, unfortunately. I'm gonna see, because a lot of Mom's mystery sauce is in there with the barbecue sauce. I don't want to waste it. It's very soupy though, so I'm gonna see how it tastes, and maybe we can cook some lentils in here with the broth. Yeah. That will make a good lentil base, for sure. going with a little bit of oregano. And some of this good fancy ass cumin. Little bit of MSG. Gonna add a little citron peppercorns. This was a gochujang jar. Let's squeeze in our lemon. I set it for 18 minutes. Okay, y'all. A lot of you are still here watching me cook nothing at all. What would you like to talk about then, while we wait for our lentils to cook? These blueberries are beautiful. The remaining time of my bereavement this next week, I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna eat. I'll probably start doing some things that I need to do, boring stuff, but I think I just need to disconnect from everything a little bit. December will roll around and then I'll have to worrying about taxes. But I can't live in the future if I don't live in the now. I'm still trying to learn from Mom's death what not to do. I like the streams. I wouldn't be doing them if they didn't bring me some sort of joy. I'm gonna try to edit one more video, but we'll see. The last time I promised you guys an edit, I said it was gonna come out in 3 days and I took 3 weeks. So I'm not gonna promise anything. I am currently salaried without overtime. I know everybody wants to see Budget Eats, but Budget Eats is not the kind of show that will allow me to work normal days, aka days that I get paid for fully. Budget Eats is a show that makes me work twice as hard for an entire week, which then burns me out. And it takes me a week before shooting Budget Eats to worry and anxiety about it, the week of working doubly for it, burning out, and then the week after recuperating from it while still trying to work on my other assignments. Budget Eats is a hit, but it also keeps me in this cycle of overwork. So that is something I'm gonna have to reconsider. I'm also honestly a little bit tired of the concept of Budget Eats. Not because I'm tired of doing recipes with the bare minimum, but because I feel like people want it too much. And that in itself makes me not want to do it. When they come to expect something like that, it puts a lot of overcast on me. Does that make sense? I know that's my best show. I know. You know the sense of suffocation you get when the clouds are big and overwhelming overhead and the sky is a slate gray and you just feel like it's going to storm and you can feel the air pressure get lower? That's what overcast means to me. Honestly, we've tried to make new shows, but they don't perform as well as Budget Eats. I really like the idea of going to someone's house and making Budget Eats with their fridge remnants, because that in itself would entail that I don't shoot myself, someone else is shooting me. And I can just go in there and finish the shoot in a day. It'll be a long day, but obviously I'm not going to be able to sleep over at their place. So that could work. I would never want to do bougie eats. It's just not who I am. Linda, I don't think Delish is going to fly me to Kansas. But you could petition them to. Ask them to fly me to France, the Philippines, Ireland, Finland, Sri Lanka, Ask them to fly me to Mongolia. Ask them to fly me to a place where I'm gonna go inside your house, look inside your fridge, and 85% of the time just be like, I'm sorry, but what is this ingredient? I've never seen it before. That would be amazing. Portland, Oregon. Then I get to eat salt and straw. I'll go just to eat salt and straw. Yes, of course. If I didn't have to film myself, it would make the work twice as easy. Because if I don't film myself, I also don't have to organize the files. Do you know how hard it is to set up the camera, set up the angle, press the start and stop recording buttons, make sure you're focused, make sure you're capturing the action, make sure that the viewer understands what you're doing, thinking about what shots they would like to see to really get a feel for the food, the textures, the smells, the mouthfeel. That's a whole job. And then I have to think up of the food combinations, the recipes. Then I have to think up of how to type up the recipes after I've done the on-the-spot cooking, you know? I'm working the part of the videographer and the part of the recipe developer and the part of the assistant, the food assistant, and the part of the talent and the part of the stylist. And I have to clean my kitchen at the end of the day. My tiny ass kitchen where I'm putting out all of these meals.
Yeah, but I help do the dishes sometimes. That's gotta be like half.
I was thinking about this today. I honestly think that my relationship with Aaron has suffered because of Budget Eats. Doing it in quarantine, shooting myself and filming myself in this tiny ass apartment, causing interpersonal conflicts, debating over what to say in a video, what not to say in a video, what he said in a video that he doesn't want in the final cut. All the friction that comes with two people participating and one person taking charge over that footage and the other person not agreeing. My work has infiltrated and bled into so many corners of my life that it should not have. Yes, I won a Webby. Yes, I guess I won Hearst Spotlight Award. But there's a lot of my life that I don't own anymore because of Budget Eats. I don't regret anything, but I am just saying that there have been detrimental effects that have not been even recognized by me until recently. Yeah, Aaron never got paid by Hearst for his participation.
Are you kidding? My payment is when June buys liquor for work, I get to drink some of it.
He gets free food and groceries, basically.
Yes, that's what I get. June doesn't even get paid for Budget Eats, you guys realize? She gets paid a salary to work for Hearst. She gets paid nothing to do Budget Eats. And none of it's success.
The people who comment on my relationship and comment on Aaron are the people who anger, annoy, and hurt me the most, because they make me question my worth, my self-worth as a person. And they make me question my perception of my reality. It's like if so many people tell you that you're sick, how can you continue to deny that you're sick? But none of those people are doctors. They're just telling you that you're sick. So, of course, the logical side of my brain says, don't listen to them. They have no clue what they're saying. But also, the number of people who say it become overwhelming. I mean, for sure, Aaron isn't expected to be in the episode. They would like him to be in the episode. But, you know, the last two Budget Eats didn't really have Aaron because Aaron was away doing his own things for his own life. And he's not getting paid for them, so he doesn't have to be in them. And honestly, it's easier for me to shoot without having to get feedback from Aaron, because then I can shoot on my own pace without being like, hey, Aaron, are you free to taste this in 20 minutes? Which that also causes a lot of friction, is working out a shoot schedule on the day that I'm shooting with Aaron as Aaron is trying to do his own thing. You know, like, all these little things add up. They're all just little serrated knives slowly sawing through. But I am not a loaf of bread. Hearst reimburses ingredients that I buy for the job. They do that. Ron, do you want me to fill up your teacup?
Thank you.
I hope that we're able to unionize too. The union is obviously going to talk about economic concerns, but y'all, we haven't even gotten to the economic portion of bargaining yet. We are so far from bargaining economics because union bargaining contracts takes two parts. The first part is non-economic. The second part is economic. And so far, there has been so much pushback on the non-economic part of bargaining that we have moved so many clauses from the non-economic part to the economic part. So the economic part is growing more and more intensely weighty. Meanwhile, we are making like snail progress on the non-economic. Hearst considers every single fucking thing to be economic concerns. I am so not hopeful. This is their strategy. They are holding out for as long as they possibly can until we all get burnt out by how little progress we make in these bargaining sessions. Not to say that working my job burns me out, working my job while I was part of the union organizing and union bargaining committees burnt me out too. That in itself is a job. They waste our time and energy by making zero progress on these bargaining sessions. And then they blame us. They also do this thing where they take all of the things we asked for in a contract, reject them in the bargaining session, and then 3 weeks later, we see them change a company policy or whatever that they rejected in our proposals. They are taking our proposals and materializing them, which is great, but also not great, because they're not giving us any credit for coming up with these ideas, and they're also having an excuse to not solidify any of these in a contract. They would say, well, we already have it. You see, we just made it a thing. Then that means that they have a reason to not include it in the contract, but just because they're doing it now doesn't mean that they will continue to do it forever. We still want it solidified in a contract, but now they have a reason for not presenting it in a contract. It is infuriating the way that management works. To gaslight you into thinking you're just being a whiny little bitch. That's why I'm tired. That's why I'm angry. And that's why I'm going to do all that I can to continue pushing the unionization efforts forward. But god damn it, I would be lying if I didn't say it is burning me the fuck out. We can try to delegate things, but everyone is burnt out at work. So everybody is too tired to take steps on unionizing. And also our union is so big, it is so hard to move forward as a singular body. I have stepped down from the bargaining committee. Zach has taken my place because ever since Mom died, I was just like, there's no way I can do these meetings anymore, and there's no way I can participate in bargaining anymore. I just had to step away. So Zach is our current Delish bargaining committee member. It's hard. Even if you delegate tasks, management will always have more manpower and more money to fight against you. This has to be an industry-wide thing, because workers will not move management. Right, Freddie? Hi, baby. Hey.
Dude, those chips were so good.
Well, they're all yours, bud. I'm so glad you like them.
Were there more dollar bags there?
Yes.
I guess it's tomorrow and they get back.
I took the remaining dish soap from Mom's. This is a bottle of dish soap that she probably has had for 3 or 4 years. She uses so little fucking dish soap. This makes me angry. I go through her bottle like every 2 months. I don't know how Mom lived so frugally. It makes no fucking sense. No human is Oh.
No human.
It's upsetting. No, she didn't eat out a lot. She never ate out.
What's that? Oh, the pot.
Lentils. Would you like any ice cream? Did you have dinner?
I forgot what I ate.
You just ate granola.
I ate tons of snacks on time. Oh yeah, I did. I had the fucking I had the pork belly stuff. Belly breast.
That was lunch.
There's no, we don't buy veggies snacks.
What was Linda's question? Oh, what makes me happy? Fred, lentils, crunchies. You've seen everything that makes me happy, y'all. Empty jars. Intangibles? Intangibles make me very unhappy. Fred, I'm gonna scare you again. Should I scare him again? Oh my god, yes, those Hokkaido cheese tarts. Closest thing I've had to an orgasm. Should we scare him? Okay, so we won't see the lentils then. We can't release the pressure. That's fine. Do you want any cheese? I haven't really eaten my vegetables today, so I'm going to eat some mush. I'm going to be combining all of the different mushes that we've made into a bowl of mush. Sorry, I had to find the right spoon that I wanted. Mush from 3 days ago, I think. This is our lentil, glutinous rice, oat mixture. Looks like it also has quinoa in it. Here is our eggplant carrot curry. I'm going to put in some of the juice from our celery, carrot, black bean from tonight. Can I be honest and just say that I don't actually like spiced mango pickles? More of an Aaron thing. I like my mangoes fully savory, unless it's green mangoes. Then I can take it in like a kind of like a Thai salad savory application. But otherwise, nah. Smells good. Smells like lentils. Did we exhaust all topics of discussion that we wanted to talk about? If so, you're just gonna watch me eat this bowl of mush. The mystery meat is just we found a brown sauce in Mom's fridge and it seemed to have chunks of meat in it. That's the mystery meat sauce. Everybody who watched that live was telling me not to eat it because they were like, botulism, you don't know how long it's been in there, but I survived. So we're gonna keep eating the mystery meat. Fred, are you gonna do anything for Hanukkah? I also feel like we blame Instagram and social media for our own insecurities a lot. I mean, certainly those algorithms don't help. The way that they reward certain profiles that seem to do only selfies and shit like that really doesn't help, but what hurts us comes from within, right? I've learned that with YouTube comments. The comments that hurt me the most are also comments that I already tell myself. So I don't know, the mystery meat sauce is just a meat sauce with chunks of meat in it. It's probably some sort of beef. There's very few chunks of meat in it. It's diced up in little tiny cubes. The meat is not the main star of that sauce. Fred, you're Jewish? You didn't tell me about your heritage. Eggplant seeds. Fun, huh? I mean, his last name is Licoro. We always thought he was an Italian cat. The comments that hurt me the most are the type of comments that tell me I was being too harsh or too mean to other people. Because I recognize that in myself. My dad is a Cancer. He is kind of a homebody now that I think about it. But so am I. I mean, it would make my dreams come true if Fred were into Nietzsche. This might be the best bowl of mush yet. The 3-in-1. I don't know my big 3 in astrology. I don't know what month Fred was born in. Does anybody want to do a horoscope read on me now? That would be fun. I'll give you all of my personal information, such as my social security number, my mailing address. No desire to get married here, no.
Not even Fred?
I don't need to get married to Fred. We're already in love. Which credit card do you guys want? I have 3. Aaron is my first boyfriend and he does not have a car. So unfortunately, that is not a good security question to establish. Yes, I wanted to get married when I was younger. 100 gift cards where? To the iTunes? Yo, I don't know how my Bumble profile ended up saying I was looking for marriage. That was really fucked up. Was there a time where you really struggled with money? Well, for 4.5 years, I worked in restaurants in New York City, getting paid minimum wage. I was rooming with Craigslist strangers alongside Aaron, one of whom was verbally violent, and I was terrified of him getting physically violent, so we moved. One of whom was a very passive-aggressive single mom in her 50s who left us double-sided handwritten letters on the breakfast table every day about what we were doing wrong. And one of whom was a cat lady who had 3 cats holed up in her room, who would passive-aggressively Febreze our entire tiny apartment whenever I was cooking something that she didn't like the smell of, until the Febreze got in through our faux door and gave us all headaches. So, I don't know, you be the judge. I think I still cook the way I cook in Budget Eats. I just hype it up for the camera a little bit. But Budget Eats is as auto-fiction as it gets. I didn't have my apple, but I had my vitamins. Thank you. I ran out of apples. I know, sad day. I would like to think that I am going to move in my life to another place. But I really don't drive and I don't plan on driving, and so that limits my choices a lot. If I move, I would like to move to a different country, I think. I don't know how I am in my grieving process. You guys tell me. I don't ride a bike. I am awful on bikes. And especially in New York City where I could die. I'm not gonna ride a bike. I don't want to live with my mom. I couldn't stay living with my mom. What's the best way to set boundaries? For myself or for other people? What's the context? The best way to start setting boundaries is to convince yourself that you deserve them. And also to convince yourself that you do actually want the boundaries. Sometimes, I don't know if I want the boundaries. So that in itself is the biggest part of the debate for me. Once I have determined that I want those boundaries in place, then I need to convince myself that I deserve to have those boundaries in place. Once you have those two concerns out of the way, the rest is easy. We feel a lot of guilt for disobeying our parents because they were the authority figure that we grew up with. So it feels absolutely wrong to rebel, small or big, against them. But parents are just like doctors, are just like teachers, are just like politicians. They're human, they make mistakes. They're human, they have evil moments. They are human, they have selfish motivations. They are human and they are flawed and they are traumatized and they have their own issues that they haven't completely resolved. We cannot see them for 100% of who they are because they cannot even see themselves for 100% of who they are. So take that into account. And you have to determine what you are living for, what makes you happy, what fulfills you, and what makes you, at the end of the day, sit well with yourself. Because your parents, your doctors, your teachers, your priests, your politicians, they are not going to be there for you 100% of the time. Even if they have absolutely good, pure intentions and they want to stay 100% of the time for you, they will not be there to protect you. Only you will be there to protect you. So you have to acquaint yourself with yourself. You have to know yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself. And you have to learn how to get along with yourself. And that's hard.
is going to be really hard if you haven't done it before too. And it's going to be very, very hard no matter how old or young you are. It's a big learning curve. It's like riding a bike without training wheels, or riding a motorcycle after you've learned to ride a bike with training wheels. It's scary. But you have to do it. You just have to learn to trust yourself, and you're going to have to plan to have falls, and you're going to have to plan to have injuries. But that's life. Life is falling down a lot of the time. That's why the first thing they teach dancers and actors is how to fall safely. You have to prepare yourself for the falling rather than trying to avoid the fall, because you cannot avoid the fall. My mom always tried to help me avoid the fall. That's not realistic. The better thing to have done in order to protect me is to let me fall in a controlled manner. The more you run away from something that you fear, the worse the consequences and the impact will become. So you just gotta microdose it. You gotta vaccinate yourself. Slowly, gradually. I vote for egg tarts, but whatever makes you happy. Studios can run anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800 or more if you live in a luxury building in a fancier place of town. If I didn't have to commute, I wouldn't have stayed in Mom's house, because I cannot live with Mom. She is, a term I just recently learned from these lives, a smother. Given her best intentions, she was still a smother. So it would not have been healthy for me to live with her, unfortunately. Despite how much I loved her, I also hated being with her. I just couldn't. There was no independence from her. I thought about fixing that house up and living in it. But then I spent a few nights there alone, and I felt so fucking depressed. A few of you actually said you could tell the difference in my mood of when I streamed from Mom's place and when I streamed from here. I hate the neighborhood. I hate how far it is from everything else. I hate that I don't drive. You need to drive in order to live in that area. I hate how quiet it is. I just hate it. I hate a house that big. It's too much space. My ideal size of apartment for myself is 650 square feet. If I move somewhere with Aaron, I would prefer it to be 850 to 950 square feet. That's the dream. But I will settle for 750 even. Currently, we live in under 500 square feet. I would rather go small than big. I like being a little bit clustered in. It makes me feel safe. If Aaron and I move, I wouldn't want to pay more than $19.50 for a one bed, which is doable right now. But the inventory is very slim pickings right now. A lot of them are much higher priced than was previously back in February of this year. I would rather live with people. I think it would be nice, but I would need my space. I know 1900 is very difficult in my area. Believe me, I know. I don't want to learn how to drive, no. I don't think I'm a good candidate for driving a vehicle that can kill me or other people. Before the pandemic, Aaron and I went to Vancouver. It was nice, we liked it. The smell of weed was everywhere and it was nice. It wasn't sketchy. A nice smell of weed everywhere. $11.50 for a 3-bedroom? Where do you live? Seriously, where do you live? Wow. Wow. Living in New York is no joke. New York is rough. Wow. 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 Yeah, rent here hurts. Rent here hurts bad. I'm gonna eat more of this cake with some ice cream, maybe. Oh, Honolulu is fun. It's fucking expensive too, huh? Yikes. Crazy. Rent in this country is insane. Aaron, would you rather I leave you the vanilla or the goat cheese ice cream?
I'm happy with either. Maybe the vanilla would be better to do the melted.
Ooh, a sage green silk shirt with flower buttons. I mean, I wear clothes with holes, lol. I don't mind holes. You know me. I am my mother's daughter after all. I am full, but that's not how my stomach and brain work together. I'll just keep eating until I feel secure, which is usually to the point of physical dis- So I know we jumped on someone yesterday who said that she can't watch these lives because it's just long disordered eating sessions with lots of mush. And you know what? She wasn't wrong. Sounded really harsh, but she wasn't wrong. I can auction my burnt cutting board for serious money. Which organization do you want me to benefit, and what's the highest bid here? I don't think anybody wants to buy a burnt cutting board. Ashley, what do you mean I am comfortable with eating whatever, but that's the issue? Are you saying that that's the issue because you are allowing yourself to get sicker, or are you saying that's the issue because it allows you to sink into a pattern of behavior that results in a self-image that you don't like? Or both? Yeah, Liza, you do not have to donate money for the next 12 years. Shokupan is a Japanese bread, like a loaf bread, I believe. I love it. $2 sold. Can you do pickup? I cannot afford shipping on a $2 bid. Yeah. I hear that, Ashley, composition. I hear that completely. Aaron, do we have any more Stonyfield coupons after this?
Nope. Stony and Nature's Path all done.
Bum 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 bum.
Ask your contacts for more.
Well, because I found that foreign object in Nature's Path, they are apparently sending me something. I don't know what though.
Oh. Did you contact them as students yet, or just a concerned consumer?
Oh, as from my work email through my PR people.
Okay.
And I shipped in the fragment too to Canada. I'm eating half your container of yogurt. Sorry.
Enjoy.
Thank you. My mom used to tell me all the time that I was too skinny, even when I wasn't feeling great about my body. It had very negative effects on me. Still can't work that out. Bye, Schnecken. Hello, Strange Garden. Sauna, I don't know if I do better in the hot or cold, but I hate summers. If I had to choose only one to exist in, I choose winter. But autumn is my favorite. I just guessed. I'm lucky I guessed properly. So, for the next LA vlog, do you guys want to see the same, but just with better audio control on the voiceovers? Is that the main critique? Oh, and the text coloring? The cake is more like a bread pudding. It's a little dense, it's a little wet, and a little gummy. It's fine though. A little bit of sweet bitterness from both the coffee mix and the tahini. I unfortunately don't have much more Tipsy June on this trip, but noted for our next trip, if there is one. Aaron,
Hey, James.
we went to East LA, right?
Yes, that's where Los Cinco Puntos is the best food we ate in life.
Spoiler alert.
Never mind.
Orange blossom cake sounds amazing. That sounds like Aaron's ideal dessert. We actually had a trip planned for March, but I told Aaron I'm gonna have to cancel because I don't think I'll be ready by March to travel again. I think there's because my mom died when I was on my trip, I almost feel like going back on a trip would be slightly triggering. I mean, not like she's gonna die again, but I don't know. Bye, Val. I have my phone plugged in. I'm not sure what the buffering is happening. It's not even the feeling of that something bad will happen, it's just it's hard to describe, but it almost feels like it would be putting myself through a deja vu sort of situation where I would be placing myself in the same mindset. It'll feel like the same kind of play out. I don't know. I'm not actually afraid that something bad is going to happen. It's more of like the mental state that I'm worried that I'll slip into. And also, if I go away on a trip, no one's gonna visit Lalo.
So you're just never gonna leave?
That's what my mom did, right?
I thought you've been saying forever that you just you don't want to be here.
I don't want to be my mom, but I'm also responsible for my grandmother now. I like Rek. I don't know how to say his name, but Rachmaninoff. Yes. I'm sure I could ask Mom's coworkers to take turns visiting her. I'm just not sure I'm ready to hand off that responsibility yet. I don't know, March also seems like both a short time away and a long time away. Long in terms of my psychology and short in terms of actual time. I don't think I like Chopin. His stuff is too frilly pretty. But maybe that's an overgeneralization. I've never heard ballad #1. I do smoke weed. I have even done it on a live before. I will tell you what my favorite songs this week have been. I'll be right back with that list. Okay, so I have been listening to John Mayer's Wild Blue on repeat. It is a very comforting grief song for me right now. All the lyrics hit all the right spaces. And the instrumental is like really fitting for me. But I think I've replayed High on You by Buzzy Lee a lot. This is stuff that I posted on my Instagram when I listened to it a lot. Also Dancing Away in Tears by Yola. Both of those I think I posted on the gram. Fred went to bed, correct. Fred is on the bed. Grandma doesn't communicate with anyone. She doesn't know how to use a phone. She doesn't really speak English, so who would she call? Bye, Jasmine. I tried to listen to the new Taylor Swift and I was like, no. Just, Taylor Swift bores me, y'all. I'm sorry. Doesn't. She's boring. Period. I haven't listened to the new Adele. Is there a song that you recommend? Or is there an entire album that you recommend? I like Prokofiev.
Okay, peeps. I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for tuning in. And happy Sunday.